Good morning, everyone out there in Tawny Take Land, Tawny Takesville. I wanted to show you a better close-up picture of the painting that I did. So it looks like this. And I hope that everybody enjoyed seeing my latest piece of art. Now let's go back down into one of my closets. Here, I'll show you in one of my other closets as well. So there's all that, all my scarves and little purses, and then there's the shoe collection. So I don't think I need another pair of boots or shoes or luggage. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I'm good. Like, if I go and buy another black pair of shoes, let me turn the light off here. I think that would probably not be such a good idea. I need another black pair of shoes, like I need a hole in the head, which I don't need either one of them. Anyway, that is that. Here we are. And I just paraffin waxed my feet. Oh my goodness, it's like I'm not even ready for Tawny's Take, but I'm here. A friend of mine sent me this El Paso Strong t-shirt yesterday, and yes, we must remember there's been so many hurricanes and so much devastation in the world close to our country that we have to remember everybody. And El Paso, we can never forget. There's so many things that we can't forget, but I'm flying the flag of El Paso right now. But let's get into some questions, shall we? Let's see. Steve is adorable. Thank you so much. That's from Jennifer Perry. Steve is adorable. He's getting cleaned right now. He's getting all his hair cut and his teeth cleaned and his nails clipped, and he's going to come back even more handsome than he left. So thank you. Oh, a bunch of people are saying your dog is really cute. MW Shelly Bell. Thank you, Shelly Bell. I appreciate that. Happy Monday to you too. Steve showed up. Total 80s room video. They said Steve showed up. He sure did. He showed up. Let's see. Can you give us another Sunset Strip story? I had no idea David Lee Roth lived with you and your boyfriend in an apartment. If you could go back to those days, would you? You know what? As a matter of fact, yes, I would go back to those days. There's a lot of days that I wouldn't go back to, but it was so much fun on so many different levels. I got to travel the world with Van Halen, with Pete Angelus, who was my boyfriend, who then became their manager. We traveled all over the world, and then David and Pete and I called ourselves the Three Amigos, and he slept on our couch because he didn't own a home because he was on the road all the time. So he stayed at our house, and every single night I would get woken up going, we've got to go look for another another hooker. They're two completely different things, by the way. Stripping and hooking, completely different. But yeah, so I'd have to get in the car, and my Pete would have to get out and negotiate a price for the girl to come back to our house and bring her into my house. That was the only part I didn't like. I didn't like laying in my bedroom knowing that there was a hooker in my living room on my couch doing whatever Diamond Dave does. I remember the first time I ever met Dave, David Lee Roth was, I think we were in like Pittsburgh, and we were at the top of a hotel, and I said something like, "Oh God," and he said, "Honey, God ain't gonna help you in a place like this." And that just started off our whole relationship. And we went to, we traveled together when we were off the road. I remember one time, I'll never forget this because I could have gotten in so much trouble. We were in St. Luthra in the Bahamas, and we were coming back home, and we were going through customs, and he said, "Give me your bag, give me your bag." So I gave him my bag, and it went through, he put something in my bag, and it went through customs and cleared. Well, on the other side of clear was cocaine. And I never did coke back then. I didn't even try coke until I was in my 40s. And and I said, "Dave, why did you do that?" And he said, "Well, I knew that they were going to search me down. I didn't think they would search you down." I'm like, "You didn't think there was a possibility of me going to jail transporting cocaine from the Bahamas to the United States of America? Yeah, I would have gotten into some serious trouble." But thank God in this one particular incident, he was right. And I asked him, "Please don't ever do that to me again. You could have gotten me into serious trouble," like I just said. Also, let's see, he very nocturnal. So sleeping was never really an issue. Because if we went to bed, we had to get up, we had to go look for hookers, because they lined Sunset Strip at that time. The police hadn't gotten it under control like they do nowadays. So don't come to California looking for hookers on Sunset anymore, because you won't find them. Well, you may find a couple, but they're not like they were. They were like roaches. They were everywhere. As soon as it got dark, there would be like 50 women on, 3 blocks. And they always hopped in our car. Well, we drove Dave's car. Dave's car was a Mercedes that he had on the top of the car. He had a big skull and crossbone, and the one tooth that was hanging out was gold. So he had gold put on just crazy stuff. And then being on the road with him and Eddie and Alex and Pete and myself, David always wanted to listen to Slim Whitman, which I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Slim Whitman, which is exactly my point. He's a little instrument, little blow into it, and he wanted to listen to a whole album of that stuff, and it was horrible. And then Alex and Eddie would fight all the time. Not all the time, but the majority of the time. But I really appreciated it because they took it into the bathroom. If you've ever been on a tour bus and ever seen the size of a bathroom, it's very small. Alex is a big boy. He's probably about 6'2". He's a tall, you know what? No one's really tall to me anymore after my ex-husband is 6'7". But this was tall at the time. And Eddie's about 5'8", 5'9". So the two of them would get in there and just start screaming at each other and fighting. And that wasn't pleasant. But the backstage was true. Dave had to have all the brown M&Ms out of the M&M jar. And I got to see the world. And when they would set up, I would do all my exercises by being in this Coliseum, not the Coliseum, but the sports arena. And I would run up and down the stairs, and I would get in shape doing all of that. So that was a lot of fun. I have more Van Halen stories, but I will save them for next time, considering my time is almost up here. But don't forget El Paso and keep them strong. And everybody else that was hurt from Hurricane Dore. Just not good. Not good. So have a wonderful Tuesday. I'd love to hear your comments. I read all your comments, and I try to get back to as many people as I can. So leave me a message and say hi, and have a great rest of your day.